Okay, hello everyone. Take a look at the prelim paper for this year. So if you look very carefully, the big question is how effective is the ban on microbeads in UK? And remember, we always look at the background information because the background information do actually give you as a student some information. So it just tells you that here in this first paragraph, that there has been this problem, which is the microbeads, okay, and politicians and manufacturers in UK have been under pressure to eliminate microbeads from cosmetic and personal care products because there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of problems with these microbeads, okay. And in 2018, the UK government sort of decided to have a ban. Okay, that means there'll be no more products using microbeads, and it's a major step because at the end of the day, they want to eliminate microbeads by 2042. But there are problems because it is expensive to just stop production of microbeads and change not only the formula, change the labeling, make new products. So there is a mixed reaction. All right. Now, moving on. These are how microbeads look like, and this is the problems of microbeads. You can find microbeads almost in a lot of things. Okay, and when fishes eat microbeads, they actually harm us indirectly because we also consume the fishes. Okay, now this particular source, it actually shows a British cartoonist, and it actually does show that at the end of the day, if you use this and you wash this and the fishes eat this, we are also indirectly eating the facial scrub. Okay. It is a message, so you don't have to have outcome. Okay, the strength is most of the students actually reach level 3. That means they were able to answer to something. Now, you must always remember you don't do the inference first. You actually answer the question. The message is to something. You must also identify the audience. Okay, you cannot say the message of the source is to convince the audience. Which audience? Whose audience? All right, so be very specific about that. Read the provenance. It was published before the ban. You must be clear about the audience. Either the British citizens or the British government, both are accepted. And it is about to convince, if let's say you're going to use the British citizens, it is to convince that microbeads actually harm people and not just the fishes. So the last part here, is very important. Okay. Now, moving on to source B. Now, source B is a purpose question. And this particular person here is a Greenpeace ocean campaigner. Now, a Greenpeace ocean campaigner, Greenpeace is actually an NGO that fights for the environment. Okay, and if you can see very carefully, it does tell you very positive. They are sort of, saying that it is great news and everything. But if you look very carefully here at the word however, this week new evidence reminded us of the enormous scale of other plastic pollution. Okay, they were actually saying that the ministers did try their best to end the pollution, but there's still other problems. So why was this source published? Okay. Most students were able to achieve level 3, which shows that they're able to use the to something. So there's a lot of to encourage, to persuade, not to show and to tell. Now there is a sub message here, right? Okay, meaning that the sub message is to congratulate the government for banning the microbeads. This part here. Okay, it is great news for our environment. Good job, British government. But the main message is to pressure the government to do more to ban other plastic pollution. Now, you must be clear about the context and outcome. So, for those of you who got like maybe 5 marks or 4 marks is because there was no clear context. All right. The context is definitely in view of the government's pledge to eliminate plastic pollution, which is taken from the background information. So every time when you have a purpose question, it is always good to look at the background information because the source was published to pressure the government to take actions towards other sort of plastic pollution, not just microbeads, because microbeads is one aspect of it, but there's many. All right, so be very careful about purpose question because it requires a student to do or to give that little bit of extra.